was a documentary that somebody put out, a small piece, like a 20-minute one on Khamzat and his past and interviewing him and talking about his childhood. And that's how you make a person like that.
Oh, that's it. I mean, he comes from a tough place.
Yeah.
From a tough place, you're going to create tough men. I mean, look at him. The guy's an absolute animal. And that's why he trains so hard.
Special. I've been in this game my whole life. I've never seen anything like him. He's special. He's different. I think when you're a fight fan, a guy like this is the type of guy that you love to watch and follow and hate. This guy is one of the most special fighters I've ever seen, if not the most special guy that I've ever come across.
There's guys that are so good. They're so good that you really don't know who's going to be able to beat them. And with Kamaru, the guy in his division is Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev, he's fighting Gilbert Burns, who's a world champion jiu-jitsu guy, top of the food chain MMA fighter, a guy who's been in there against Kamaru Usman, a guy who's beaten guys like Damian Maia, a guy who's beaten Tyron Woodley. He's beaten like elite fighters. He's a big step up in competition for Khamzat. But if Chimaev can beat him, if he can beat Gilbert, he's the real deal. And we're going to find out, because the competition that he's faced so far has not been anywhere near the level of Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is absolutely elite. He's a fantastic striker. He is as good on the ground as anybody. He's so good. His jiu-jitsu is so top level. His wrestling is excellent. His cardio is excellent. He's a fierce competitor. And he's a world-class fighter. He's like proven world-class competitor. So that's a big fight. And that's coming up next. I think that's in Florida.
Oh, that's
Khamzat Chimaev has had 4 fights in the UFC. He's been hit twice.
What?
Dude, he's undefeated. He has more victories in the UFC than he's been hit. And I'm not exaggerating.
Shit.
He's so fucking good, it's terrifying. He's so good, it's terrifying. Khamzat smashed people. See if you can find a highlight of Khamzat. Smashes people. And he's from Chechnya.
Yeah.
He's a wild motherfucker with his crazy beard. And after the fights, he's like, I kill everybody! I'm going to kill everybody!
Like, this motherfucker sound like he's in Gladiator or some shit.
He's real.
Kill everybody! I'm the champ!
He's fucking terrifying, man. And the people that train with him said, bro, you've only seen a fraction of what this guy's capable of.
Shit.
His work ethic is unstoppable. You see the way he knocked out Mearshart? You're like, Jesus Christ.
He's a nice right hand.
Beautiful. Perfect. First punch of the fight. Smokes him. I'm telling you, man, this motherfucker is wild.
He kept telling me leading up to this fight, you think I'm a wrestler. You think I'm a wrestler. Wait till you see my hands. Holy he wasn't lying.
There's another video of him when he was younger where he knocked a guy with an uppercut. Did you ever see that video?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it's like one of the best uppercut KOs I've ever seen in my life. He just made a read, perfectly placed, stepped in, blah, just flatlined the guy with an uppercut.
I mean, Gilbert Burns is going to be a tough fight
Watch
for
this.
him.
This is it.
Oh, is this it? Let me see.
Watch this.
Look at that.
I mean, that's a perfect read.
And he stepped off as well, so
Yep.
he was away from
Yep.
the counter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, like
he's
the
not just
footwork.
throwing a punch.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's defensively correct as well.
He's doing everything.
And that guy's asleep.
Yeah, out cold.
One shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing things technically and he's doing things like hyper aggressively, like at the same time.
Yeah.
His last fight, he fought Li Jingliang. He grabs him, picks him up, and brings him over to Dana White. So this guy, he just beat the shit out of him and stopped him. But I want to see, and this is one of the guys this is one of the few times he's been hit. And like these, they count these as punches. Like, look at this. He's getting controlled, and this guy from his back reaches up and kind of punches him a little bit in the face, and they counted there. Look at this.
That's so disrespectful.
Look at this. He picks him up. He carries him in the air, and look, he walks over to Dana White. He's like, look, Dana, I smacked He throws him down.
See Chimaev lift him. He carries him
Look at
over
this.
to the boss. He's like, hey, man, I got him. He's going to say all kind of crazy things. Throws him down. And it's mirror.
He's not even paying attention to the fighter. He's not even paying attention to him.
He's having a chat with Dana.
What he did to Li Jingliang was ridiculous. And then I go into the interview, I go, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm with Khamzat Chimaev. And he goes, brother, of course you are. Like, what was the option? Like, it was going to be me. It was never going to be Lee. And it's tremendous. He's got the swagger. He's got the fighting ability. I'm a fan. I'm a massive fan of Khamzat.
I mean, what the man? It's an unusual dude.
He's a very unusual dude.
Those Chechens, man. They're some fierce human beings.
Hey, and you want to hear what I hear. It's crazy.
The training sessions?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
He's over, because Darren Till's there right now at All-Stars in Sweden. And
what'd Darren tell you?
He's a fucking animal.
Yeah.
He's just an absolute animal. Non-stop in every way, striking, wrestling, conditioning. Apparently, you know, because all his fights are finished real quick.
Yeah.
So he's never had to show that side of things. But apparently his conditioning is like nothing you've ever seen as well.
Well, you see the training footage and you see the intensity that this guy pursues everything with. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, he's only been striking for a few years.
I know, it's crazy.
Now, I love the whole buddy thing with Darren Till. I think it's a mistake. I think he should continue to be a mystery to people. I think he should spend as little time in front of the public and showing who he is, pulling the curtain back. I would pull the curtain back as little as I could if I'm Khamzat, just because the mystery is good for him.
You know, he's several fights away from fighting Usman. Because if you look at it realistically, right now I think Leon Edwards is next for Kamaru Usman. I think Dana White has said that, and I think that's right. That's the best fight. Leon is a spectacular fighter, super technical, super high level. That's going to be a great fight. They fought once before. Kamaru won a decision, but it wasn't like he didn't destroy him, and Leon has gotten substantially better. So is Kamaru. That's a great fight. That would be next. But if Khamzat can keep going, if he can get past Gilbert Burns, and that's a big if, because Gilbert's a big step up, but if he can maintain the level of performance we've seen from him up until now in the octagon, that's a big fight. But there's a lot of ifs there.
I think he's the scariest contender we have seen for a while. There are just so many unknowns. Like, there's just so many questions. And every time he comes in, he dominates, he's gone. To say anyone will knock off Kamaru Usman is a lot, but if there's a guy that's going to see that seems to be a challenge, it seems to be this guy. And also, you know, Gilbert, it's about the memory. The memory is, we've seen Gilbert lose. Even though it's to the champ, we've seen him lose. We have not seen Khamzat struggle in any way, shape, or form over the entirety of his UFC career.
So he's just an animal, just a complete animal.
Yeah, right.
But super technical too. Like an elite wrestler, fantastic striker, work ethic second to none. So it's going to take someone like that. If he's, and again, he's got to keep going. He's got to beat guys like Gilbert Burns, got to beat world-class fighters for him to legitimately have a shot at the title. But if he can keep going, what a story that is. And that would be an epic fight. And again, there's a lot of ifs.
Does he have the time? Is he getting old? He's young. He's good.
He's young.
Huh?
How old is Khamzat? I think he's in his 20s.
Shit.
Yeah. And I think Kamaru is 34, I believe. I believe Kamaru's 34. Look, he got really sick and kept training and almost retired because he's so tough that he tried to keep training when he was recovering and got, like, his lungs were bleeding. There's a picture of him where he posted on Instagram that he's going to retire, and he showed a photo of his toilet bowl, and the toilet bowl was filled with blood, like splattered blood from him coughing blood into the toilet. He was one of those guys that's just like too tough and kept training, didn't recover. Like, he got fucking a chain, he would so he kept training while he was like coughing blood up, and it took him a long time. He was in the hospital on multiple occasions. More than one time he was in the hospital because he would get better. They let him out of the hospital and he'd train again. And then he'd get back in the hospital. They're like, what the fuck are you doing back here again? Like, he wouldn't just recover.
The guy has some effects from having, so he's on very heavy medication. He's supposed to be resting and relaxing. He's not. He's training like an animal. And, you know, what happened to him is what's going to happen if you don't listen to the doctors. So, you know, he needs to take time off. He needs to relax. He needs to heal. And then he can come back and fight. I don't know what he's going to do. We flew him out here to get him looked at. He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. We're trying to help him every way that we can.